TAN Talk Radio Network.
It's 7 o'clock. It's Thursday night. I'm Mac James, stand-up comic, and it's time for Stand Up for News. Welcome back, everyone. I am your host, Mac James Esterline. This is another exciting, adventurous episode of Stand Up for News. We are stand-up comics, and we tell the news because the news was born in a wheelchair, doesn't have any legs, and cannot stand up for itself. So if any bullies try to shake down the news, they call us right here at 727-441-3000. You're all welcome to call in as well. My co-host, Robin, Macho Woman Savage, is right here with us.
Oh, yeah.
Say hello, Robin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, brother. Hey, everybody. I just noticed we got new headsets.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Nice.
My other co-host right here with me is Manny Avila. He's been killing it.
How's it going, guys?
Manny?
Welcome.
How's the podcast is going?
The podcasts are going great. I'm now just realizing that I don't know how to talk to people. So
You got some YouTube pops, though, didn't you?
Say it
The
again?
shorts were popping. How many views did you like?
Oh, yeah, we've been doing really good.
16K,
The High Ground Studios, spelled exactly the way it sounds, the High Ground Studios. Yeah, we've been doing good on the YouTube Shorts lately.
You like 16K in one video?
Oh, no, it was more like 16 billion. The numbers couldn't get it right, so that's what
16 Brazilian. Are you
almost the
Brazilian?
population of India.
You're Hispanic, right? You're like Hispanic, right? So you're
According to the
Brazilian.
person who I pinned my father on, like who I think is my father, then I'm Puerto Rican.
Ricky Ricardo. I thought your father was Ricky Ricardo.
Yeah, despite the restraining order he's gotten on me.
These are jokes. We mean no offense. This is our disclosure. We are stand-up comics. We are savvy. We know what we're doing. And our other co-host here, our other responder, our other reporter who is a corresponder. He's a responder. He's an Army vet. He's a great guy. I love him. He's our Stand Up for Black News segment correspondent. Say hello, Primal.
Guys, letting you know, I'm black, get over it. And
If I offend you, I meant to.
so, how
All
y'all
right,
doing
we're not
today?
going to say the N-word today.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the N-word.
It's not good for the brand. Stand Up for News. All right.
Turns
And,
out,
we might have
not a good
Scott
marketing
Patrick call
strategy.
in. We'll find out. He's our man on the street. We'll introduce him later when he calls, if he calls, or Captain, my captain, Captain Jim Marvin. But we have a very special guest. He was here maybe, a year ago?
More than some.
Were you on Stand Up for News or Dawn Reese's Miracles? You were on Stand Up for News' half-hour special back then, and now we have an hour. Welcome, everybody, our very special guest. He's from Dallas. He's in Tampa Bay now, going back and forth. He's headlining. He's featuring. He kills it. He featured it over there at Birdie's, where our sponsor has our open mic comedy show, Birdie's on Belcher and Largo. Say hello, everyone. Bobby G, what's up? Thank you for coming back, man.
It's good to be here because they say when you hit this age, you're required to hit Florida. So I guess I'm on my way.
Oh, man, I can't wait to get into it. Bobby G, welcome back. Did you enjoy the last time you were here?
I loved it. That's why I'm here again.
If we welcome you back, there's a reason, because there are some people we won't welcome back. Trust me. There are several. And
The other ones are drunk.
now you are an official family member of Stand Up for News. You've been supporting our mic. You've featured at our mic. You've been on our show twice now. You are now an official Stand Up for News family member correspondent. So you can
find the list of responsibilities in your next work schedule by the end of the show.
I'm arrived.
You can think of something that you can stand up for that you can add. Like he's standing for Black News, right? He could do stand up for homeless news, whatever. Just kidding, man.
And I was standing up for the Puerto Rican Jews.
Now,
Supporting
me and my crew here are all super excited to interview you. So I want to start asking you questions that these are probably questions you would ask another comedian too. When and where did you do your very first set?
It was at a place called Backdoor Comedy in Dallas because it was small and quaint, and I felt like I wouldn't be intimidated as much.
Wow, you a gay strip club was the first back door? That's a very bold for you to go up there like that.
We went in the back door.
So you must have killed it.
What's the address?
You're a handsome guy.
Well, the handsomeness killed it, but the
Stand up
jokes.
for gay news.
That was definitely a gay
It
club.
didn't go well.
Well, the first one. So the quick story is that there were 48 comics. I got to be number 47 for that show. We all
First
got
time.
3 minutes, and it took me 4 hours to go through that period of time.
Right.
Long story short, I thought I was going to get to test myself because of all the people that were there, but I didn't realize those were all comics. So by the time I got up, The only one up there was the owner of the club,
They
the
went.
MC, the person after me, the person before me. So my wife says to me, how'd it go? I said, I don't know. She goes, weren't you there? I'm like, yeah, there was a crowd, but they were going when I got up there.
I've
you
also
can't
gotten
really
off
gauge
stage
that.
and emptied out an entire room before, I think. So usually as soon as I start speaking,
You can't really gauge that was bad or good. You just got out there and got the first one out of the way. So the second one, was that better? Or was there more people?
No,
I
I think I didn't get good till set number 27.
really?
Yeah, because it was like
I find it hard to believe because you're so funny, man.
it's a progression.
I understand.
And there are times where people were laughing, but I wasn't happy with it. I might have been happy when I was on stage, but when you hear the recording of yourself playing it back, you're going,
I
can do
couldn't
better
today
than
to my
that. I
stuff.
can do better than that.
I couldn't watch my old stuff. He's like, you're killing it though. I'm like, I just can't. They're bad. It's bad material.
Well, the material I thought was pretty good because I'll still use it periodically, but it's not my front line anymore.
Right. Same here. So here's the thing we're going to do coming up probably in February called the Reset Comedy Show, where comics that are getting really good, maybe they don't have to be like headliners or anything, but features and hosts maybe, they do their very first set again.
Oh my God, that would be a blast.
And it's the Reset Show. See if you can do better than that first set. See, my first set, I brought like 15 of my friends.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
crushed
How
Let's
great.
see.
What?
Yeah,
But I did
The fact that you even have 15 friends, I find unbelievable. You know?
I paid 15 people to come to this place. Is what happened. And I killed it because they all laughed, but they were my friends, right? I got some of the comics to laugh too, I could tell. So I was encouraged. They said a few nice things too. So I went to Iberian Rooster after that. And bomb super duper hard. Plus, it was like your situation. You're going last. There's still a lot of comics in the room, but they didn't laugh at me. They didn't think it was funny.
That's like me
So,
sitting
what's
at
your
the back of
favorite
the
room
bus.
in Tampa Bay to do?
The favorite
Now
room
that you've
in
been around
Tampa
here
Bay,
a couple.
it's got to be Birdie's
okay.
right now, right?
Hey,
You love it, huh?
Now I don't believe anything you've been saying. I'm not questioning at all. Can we get a drum roll?
There's a reason why I married her.
He's into humiliation.
So, what's your favorite room that you've done in Tampa Bay since you've been here? You came to some of my other rooms, like Holiday Inn, didn't you?
I did do
Or
Russo's.
Russo's, yeah. I knew
And-
that. You
and
won the contest, didn't you?
I should have won the contest.
What happened?
We gave it to Jeremy.
Jeremy White?
Yeah.
That's BS.
It was okay. It was just he brought most people that day, so you have to kind of go with the flow. In
I
comedy,
remember Steve Ark saying he picked you. That's why I thought you won.
Yeah, it
That's
has
a year
no- it
ago.
has-
So
it has
every
nothing
week
to
we gave
do with,
$50 to the best set.
at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with talent. It has to do with who's got the most people in the room.
That's how I lost to Jeremy too.
Truthfully, every comedy show is a bringer show, whether we know it or not,
Yeah.
right? Because if you're like
That helps.
Jeff Foxworthy, Gabriel Iglesias, whatever, they're bringing people because of their name,
Because of
right?
their name drop,
So
yeah.
they're a bringer.
So I brought my first show 15 people, and then I didn't do so good when I brought 0. Zero is not a good number of people to bring. So where have you've been booked at Birdie's? I booked you there. Where else have you been booked lately?
What did we do?
In Tampa Bay, at least.
Oh, Beef O'Brady's. Just did Beef O'Brady's in Tampa.
With the
And
girl,
I've got
Curlet?
Dan, yes. And I got a
Is that
couple
how
of
I say his
private
name?
shows coming up.
Oh,
So
nice.
those
That's
are
awesome.
Going back to your roots at the back door. The back door club.
I said they were private.
That's funny.
So I do have a couple of private gigs coming up, and I'm also heading up to Myrtle Beach. We're going to the Comedy Cabana. That's the 21st.
Nice.
Then I'm down in someplace in Boca Raton, and then with my magician friend, we're doing a show in Fort Myers somewhere.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They let me know, and I show.
You got dates you can plug now?
The dates
Or you
that
want to
we
wait
can,
till we do plugs at the end?
we'll do plugs.
Yeah, I like that. It seems to be the last thing we say, so it's the last thing people remember when they
Got
turn, before they change the channel. On Russell's new show. Just kidding. Russell Mania's got his own show after ours. He's got a whole hour. That's why he won't be calling in today. He's our
Ooh,
Stanford Gators
WrestleMania.
correspondent, though.
Love it.
So a funny thing, last time I saw your lovely wife, Deanna, I was saying, hey, aren't you having fun here at Birdie's tonight? She's like, well, I'm sick of hearing all this white person bashing material out of T. Davis's mouth over there. I'm like, yeah. Primal said the same thing.
She
Primal's a
literally
conservative black man. He's got a
Just so we're clear, his wife does not speak like Hulk Hogan. That was a poor impression.
that's not my
I spoke to your wife the other day.
My
She was
voice
like,
changed,
"Oh,
but
so
now-
I'll tell you what, brother. This comedy set's a little tough."
Yeah, but the question is, does she look like Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, he did. He got in trouble for that. He sat at my bar before. We had a long talk. This was pre-N-word Hulk Hogan. But Ric Flair's the wrestler. It's true, yeah. Ric Flair's the wrestler that talked me into doing stand-up, though. That's the only reason I ever went and did my first set. So you're from Dallas. You headline shows in Dallas. You keep going back and forth.
I do.
Are you going to
back
stay
with
here
3
eventually?
Christmas shows in December.
Yes. Can I go with you? You can book me to do some opening stuff.
I don't
you know
do the
what I mean?
booking. I just do the showing.
Let's talk for Philadelphia.
You
Who's winning next
if
week?
I mail myself there somehow in a FedEx box, so you give me give me a 5-minute set maybe.
I can do that.
Put me up for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can do that.
That'd be fun. I'll do that.
I got a gig in Tulsa. I can't do. You want to do that one?
I had a girlfriend that was in the FBI, and then she dumped me. She's my FedEx. So, what else? What do you want to ask him, Robin? You're good at asking cool questions.
Oh, you don't sound like you're from Dallas. I thought you were a New York guy.
Well, I spent 15 years in Dallas,
Oh, okay.
but I spent a few more. I'm not going to give you the number because people will do addition.
I already feel like you're lying about that. So I said, well, I was kind of in Dallas.
I did California,
Okay.
then I did Texas, and I made the full circle to the land of the old people.
Because you kind of give off Joe Pesci vibes, and you're like, yeah, Joe Pesci.
I was going to ask if you do impressions, by the way. But I was waiting for Mom to finish up.
I just do New York impressions, which is like talking to water, Tony in the water. You know,
You got walk-ins? You got walk-ins in there?
I grew up with a guy next door who was in the mafia.
Okay, I'll take my glasses off.
No, but he was a cool guy.
Get more
Every
in.
morning he'd pay me $10 just to start his car.
Quick question. Does anyone have any cocaine?
Well, Artie Fletcher doesn't do a show here anymore. One time I was recording. I will, but I was recording in there, and it can catch the people on the call in. But I stopped doing it. I record in here now, and I was playing it back later, and I could hear them talking about, because I said Artie Fletcher was having a comedy club, that they wouldn't let it back here because some of the people that were with him and stuff were doing a bunch of blow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The
That
parking
joke
lot
turned
or
not
something.
into a joke very quickly.
Bobby was our producer. We don't got Bobby no more. We got Matt now. Say hello, Matt.
Hi.
You got any sports for us today?
Yeah, sports. I leave you guys to the jokes. Don't. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, for the record,
Yeah,
Pat's
happy
wife probably
about
doesn't
it,
sound like
Reese's.
Hulk Hogan, but she definitely looks like him.
Oh, wow. Those are well, thank God she doesn't have headphones. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's pretty funny too. We love this cat. All right, so how about you, Manny? You got your own podcast. You want to do some interviewing with our lovely guest here? Maybe you could talk him into coming on your show.
Yeah. So, are you into working for free? That's the first question. The first, the bare minimum criteria.
Every comedian works for free.
Yeah.
So let's be honest.
Yeah, but you're a Jewish comedian, so I was like, just right now. The rules might bend a little bit here. You know?
Well, the Puerto Rican side works for free.
Your point?
The black side of you is sleeping.
Goodness gracious.
No, well, you are from Dallas. Are you into sports at all?
Oh, absolutely.
So, how do you feel knowing that my Eagles are going to destroy your Cowboys in a few days? You know?
I am not picking the Cowboys.
So, born and bred in New York.
What about those
Oh,
Rangers?
there you go.
Giants fan.
Yeah,
Giants fan.
that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sorry
What
about
about
Yeah,
the New York Rangers then?
that. The New York Rangers.
Let's talk about the ones that just won the World Series and did not lose one single road game.
Could
Which
you
is
imagine-
He's like, well, actually, I'm from
Stat.
Jersey, so you can say.
Elaborate on that if you will. Jordan Montgomery and Nathan Eovaldi, who are both they're starting in frontline pitching.
Mhm.
We're former Yankees, so
Yeah,
I'm only
hey.
going to go with that, right?
Hey,
So they only won because they had two Yankees leading the charge from the front.
But they had a little bit of janky residue.
Not
from,
losing
from the
one
other
single playoff game on the road in the playoffs.
That's impressive.
through
Yeah,
the
they
World
couldn't win
Series
a
is
game at
amazing.
home, but they were great.
It's an amazing.
But it seemed like I'm going to just add this. I don't think any team won anything at home. Even Philadelphia, Houston, everybody seemed to lose at home.
Yeah, the Rays swept at home.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, well, I'm gonna. Primal, do you have a question? Maybe you could give you some little bit of. How long have you been doing comedy, Bobby G?
8 years. 9
8 years. That's one longer than me. And,
Just before you ask your question,
Well, so,
he
since you
doesn't
guys
have
are-
cocaine. Right? Just making sure. Before you get there again, I don't think it's that he didn't hear you. I think he heard you.
Listen here, you guys you're new at this, and you're fairly new at this after you stopped for a span. But I mean, do you guys have any words, wisdom you'd like to ask from our guest? Like what kind of like you think he can spit you any knowledge, some gems on you?
Can you help me out with any stock knowledge after this, perhaps?
How do you
Anything I should be investing? I think I should be investing in.
Financially.
Lesson number one.
Yeah,
When the market is poised to crash, I'm going to go with
Don't get
that.
very
Investing goals.
That's my
Just
financial.
like my set.
I thought you meant stock jokes. Like, take my word, please.
Stock jokes. Oh, where's my thing? Here it is. All right, this is a joke of the day whistle. There you go, Robin.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Everybody gets one sooner or later. I'm kidding, Mom.
As does our guest on the phone line right now. Scott Patrick's with us.
All right, our
Scott
man on the
Patrick.
street, Scott Patrick. Hey, welcome back to the show. Scott Patrick, say hello.
Hey,
Oh, man, I love hearing your voice, bro. So we're going to get to your segment, in a little bit. Right before
All right.
we do Black News, right after we do the regular stand up for news segment, which I'm ready to get into now. Are you ready to stand up for the news, Bobby G?
Go for it. Go for it.
Did you bring some news to stand up for? Because the news can't stand up for itself. It's born in a wheelchair. It's got no legs.
Must be
Yeah,
sitting
you're-
next to the people in Florida.
Yeah.
But we can stand up because we're stand up comics.
That's
we stand up for the
exactly right.
news.
That's right.
We're not like the left and right sides like CNN and Fox. We stand up for all the news.
And we know that we're full of crap.
Even
you know, so they know.
Even the gay news, everybody gets a shot here.
You
So I'll
said gay
start
news
off the
for
news.
me?
We go in a circle counterclockwise. Scott Patrick, save yours for your segment, please. And here we go. In Ybor City, Florida, right here in Tampa, on Halloween Eve, October 31st. Actually, I was going to say 32nd because it was 3 a.m. Actually, November 1st. A crazy gunfight occurred. A 14-year-old at 3 a.m. in Ybor was out there carrying a gun, got into a gunfight with others. They were firing at each other. 2 were killed and 16 were injured. The regular media wants to call it a mass shooting just to make it sound romantic and glorious and all this crazy shock and awe stuff. But we know it's all just a gunfight with people that can't shoot straight. 2 dead, 16 killed. Yeah. When I was at the club in Ybor reporting the story for Stand Up for News, I asked the bartender for some shooters, but that's not what I meant. Yeah. I said I wanted a shotgun of beer, but I didn't mean it literally.
I gotta say, there's nothing more romantic than a mass shooting.
Well, it sounds sexier. I gotta say, Ybor does have some happy hour deals that are to die for.
No.
All right, now Macho Woman Randy's daughter, Robin, the Macho Woman Savage, take her away.
Oh, just to add to that, my husband and I truly were at Ybor City, but because on Saturday, but because we're like old, we left at 10:30. I heard there was a shooting.
You left your 14 right there, huh?
You're just like Jay Leno's having Elon Musk
sleep
on
in the
that. I gotta
car.
get on.
I didn't know they had school in Ybor City at 3 a.m. You left your 14
I
year
was
old.
like, woo, we barely missed it by 6 hours.
Mom.
Okay,
Oh,
so
by the way, you were the funniest comic last night.
Oh yeah, shout out! It was so
Because
funny.
you got all
yesterday.
this stuff in the head about Shane and just you were trying to be nice and funny at the same time.
Great stuff.
Very good stuff. I wish I recorded. Did you record it?
I did not.
Oh.
I did not. Had I done it, I would have put
It
it
was
on
so funny.
the YouTube.
Did you see her set?
I did.
Probably you're learning a lot. Do you have a question for Bobby G about what you think
I
you can
definitely
do
do.
from the beginning right now? Go ahead. We forgot to.
Yeah, no,
finish
that's
that
all right.
up.
Being from New York myself, I'm from the Bronx originally,
Word.
and I know a lot of Jewish
Like
people.
Captain America.
Yeah, well, he's from Brooklyn.
Oh, I got it
And
mixed
he's fictional.
from New York. I got
Yeah.
I
So
mean, like,
I literally
I mean the
want.
borough specifically.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I definitely want to know how much money you got. Being Jewish, I just want to know. What's your banking secrets, bro?
All right, Robin, take her away.
Okay, I'll tell you
You
what.
don't
Let me
need to
just give you
answer.
my
You don't have to
give you my
answer
pin
that.
code. How's that?
Yeah, before he shoots you.
In honor of Bobby G. Being from Houston, I actually have a Houston joke.
Dallas.
Oh, okay. In honor of Bobby G. being from Texas.
Yeah.
In honor of Bobby G. being from Texas, I actually have a Houston joke. In Houston, an arrest was made in a fatal stabbing of a Muslim physician. Authorities are saying there is no evidence of a hate crime. The police sergeant in charge reached out to the Stand Up for News crime reporter saying the stabbing was a labor of love.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah. What stabbing isn't a hate crime?
All right, our special guest comedian. It's your turn, Bobby G.
Well, it is November. You know what that is?
No Shave November. or something?
Election month.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So
Lame.
in honor of Election Day, Starbucks is coming up with a whole new drink. That's right. It's called a full crappuccino.
Nice. Yep.
It's actually water. It just says it's cappuccino.
Liar.
All right, so here we go. So this happened in Australia. Police charge a woman with 3 counts of murder after she allegedly put poisonous mushrooms in her family meal. All right, but on the bright side, she's been booked to cater for the next Republican debate. So she'll be yeah. But in all seriousness, she could face life in prison or a 2-season deal on Netflix.
Nice.
I was reading that.
With an option for a third. According to your agent.
Oh, I was thinking mushrooms are the new black.
I don't know why you were looking at Primal the whole time. But
Super Mario Brothers said she can't hold her mushrooms. Yesterday, a Chinese company broke a Guinness World Record for serving the largest package of smelly noodles, 112 pounds package in a giant container. I saw the picture. It was cool. It was huge. Yeah. They should actually take a whiff of my smelly noodle before they make a judgment, though. Robin?
Okay.
on that note,
Today, Indiana coach Bobby Knight dies at 83.
No way.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Players and fans have been offering their condolences. One fan contacted a Stand Up for News sports reporter saying, I hope he's throwing chairs and screaming in heaven right now.
Right?
yeah. I guess
feel like
it's
throwing a
night
chair
night
right
for
now.
Mr. Knight.
Super abusive. You're breaking real news on me, man. I feel like throwing a chair at something.
In honor of that, we're all going to get arrested for vandalism later this
When did that
evening.
happen?
I'll take the charge.
He died at 83.
Oh, man. All right. Well, rest in peace, Bobby Knight.
Yeah.
Good night, Bobby Knight. All right, Bobby G.
So Joe Biden had a meeting with his cabinet today about the war that's going on, and tomorrow he's going to speak to the bookcase and the desk.
Hilarious. This was not great.
You hear that one, Scott Patrick? Scott, you like that one?
I couldn't hear it. It was too loud.
Why don't you turn the Pornhub down a little bit?
Okay, you wait, bud. All right.
I thought that was him we were watching.
Hang in there, Scott Patrick.
That's your
All
parent.
right,
The
man.
connection isn't that great.
Okay, let's see. So
I'm sorry.
nearly 200 bodies were recovered from a Colorado funeral home, already dead bodies, and they were being charged for improperly storing the dead bodies. So when asked for a comment, the owner of the funeral home said, "We're sorry for the mix-up, and I promise we'll return all the bodies by Monday." So everybody's going back. Hey, listen, I didn't write that one, okay?
I
So don't
hate
you like that.
Mondays.
Someone else wrote that one.
Did you
Bobby
say
wrote that
asked?
one for me.
You said asked instead of asked.
I don't know what I said, but also it was the largest mass meat. Oh, that was wrong. Never mind. It was not. But I like the mass meat though. I bet there was a lot of mass meat. You can make an argument. There's something there. It could have fit, but it was for a different joke. So I'll be back to that.
All right, well, everyone is super upset about Matthew Perry kicking the old bucket. You guys heard about Matthew Perry kicking the bucket? You guys? Yeah. They actually are so upset that it's like they actually knew the guy or something. It's not like they were friends. I got to follow up with this one. It's a crazy universe where 500-pound plus confined to a wheelchair William the Refrigerator Perry still outlived Matthew Perry. No, they aren't related. They weren't even friends. One for both.
Well, that's the refrigerator. Perry was black.
Perry is 500 pounds.
And he's still alive, confined to a wheelchair.
He's fat.
He's a big boy. Well,
And he's black.
we're not shaming it. It's just true. He's a
You
big
probably
fat
can't do
black.
a
He
Super Bowl shuffle like that.
was my favorite. I had the Refrigerator Perry G.I. Joe guy. You probably
So
had it
I
too.
had him as well.
We had to send out for him. Remember, you had to get a bunch of Joe points and put them in an envelope and put a stamp on it. And
Yep.
go Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Oh, it's my turn. Ontario man has a 8-foot zucchini that may be a world record after they measure it. Guinness is going to measure it tomorrow for the largest zucchini in the world. They laughed when I told them that they should measure mine first. You like that, Mom? Yeah, it shouldn't talk like that in front of your mom, but go ahead, Mom.
Donald Trump Jr. testifies on his father's fraud trial today. Jr. was very nervous about it until he remembered his childhood mantra, have a Coke and a smile.
I asked for
Beautiful,
Coke
Mom.
earlier.
Is that new, right?
Yeah.
That was good.
Nice. You got to put that one on the
Yeah,
stage.
that was good. That was good.
Bobby
You
G.
can't follow that up, Bobby. Go ahead.
I know. It's tough. But people are all up in arms because, well, of the abortion rule.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you hear about that? People, you didn't hear that? Yeah, they're afraid actually because it's now in the church and the state and everything else, right? So I fixed the problem. I created the morning after pill. Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything to terminate the pregnancy, but it changes the guy's DNA. No child support.
You know what I did, Bobby G? I invested all my money into coat hangers. The wire kind, though, not the plastic ones.
I knew we'd get some good stock advice on this one.
The plastic ones break, ladies. Just heads up over there. Bobby G's wife, Deanna, and Stephanie. That's not his wife. That's the primal side. No, he doesn't have two wives. I don't want him. We have them on the bench as our backup laughers. So
We paid them $15 each.
I was suggesting that you, ladies, and Pam, Jeremy White's wife, Joe Izzo's wife, and Shane's wife should all do your own podcast while you sit outside the comedy club while we're all at open mics together.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, they could roast it. They could destroy us. And it'd be like the Comics Wives podcast or something. What do you think, ladies?
Sounds like
And
a
you
good
could roast it.
idea.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Just say
I
yes.
thought of it myself. No one ever told me that before. I'm not sure if she's lying to me or not. I've never heard anybody say I had a good idea before. The main shooter guy got captured since our last report on it last week. He killed 22 people last week up in Maine. And it was he was on the loose. Coincidentally, a 22 is also the weapon of choice that he used. Yes, many victims were deaf people at the gathering at the local pub that he ran down to. They never heard him coming. Thank you, Jeremy White. And here's my tag for that. He didn't need a silencer for that. All right. Thank you. Here, I'll give myself one.
All right.
A little one. It wasn't that great.
It's always so comfortable.
I'm honest Abe with it.
Mike Pence suspended his campaign for president. Much like the UFO report that came out earlier this year, Americans don't seem to care about emotionless beings in our country.
That look like aliens.
Right.
Very look.
Right.
Mike Pence is horrible.
Mike Pence hates black people.
He hates
Indiana
blacks,
wants me.
Puerto Ricans.
I think we will all have far more sympathy
Mike
for
Pence
aliens
hates
than
black
Mike Pence.
conservatives.
Yes, he does.
Mike Pence hates black conservatives named Primal.
I gotta say,
You
it's
didn't
nice.
vote hard enough, Primal.
It's
You
nice
gotta get them all your black friends and family to help you out and vote for the Republicans, right? That's your
They all
mission.
hate me.
He's Republican. That's like 6 people. You know, if you're looking for numbers here,
You're
that's
looking for,
that's quality over quantity right there.
Yeah.
That's
They can't believe it.
Friends
They-
and family.
Yeah.
Not really.
No, they don't. Just my wife.
We should get our own podcast. Our wives hate us podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I gotta say, it's nice to have a black correspondent sitting next to me now. It's good. I can actually smell alcohol now. Instead of
I've been checking your pockets the whole time.
I hope you're putting stuff in there because there's
Is
nothing
it
to take out.
considered alcohol if it's just malt liquor, though? In the black community, yeah.
Coke 45, the beat, you know that Billy D. Williams commercial.
It's not
I'm
really
carrying
alcohol
one
in the
with
black community, bud.
me. Crack.
I was guessing Mad Dog. But it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's crack.
Alcohol.
It's crack in the black community and meth in the white community. Now there's fentanyl.
Help me lasso this one in. Who's next, guys? Come on.
We have one here. So I don't know if you guys seen this.
Background
There was a viral video of a deer in Wisconsin crashing into a restaurant window and causing havoc, which I have to say,
dude, that happened last year.
yeah, it was
too.
everywhere.
There was a
Right?
whole herd
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
crazy. Which I have to say, to me, it was the most
It's in
Wisconsin
Wisconsin,
thing
too.
I've ever seen in my life. You know, that was so Wisconsin. You know, and then no, this was the large man. This turns out to be the largest massive meat in Wisconsin. It isn't that hasn't been deep fried and covered with cheese yet. You know, that's
You heard this story last year. Remember, I heard of them.
yeah. These
Remember,
deers
you heard
are
me say it on stage.
unruly. They're just hopping in every
You
year.
gonna say my punchline though? You know it.
Oh yeah, because I remember. I always remember.
That's what
your
they get
punchlines.
for
I forgot.
advertising. Jello shots for $1.
Oh,
At their bar there. Dude, it happened literally last year. The same thing. A deer smashed into a restaurant, tore the place up, tore the whole bar up, busted out the front window. The same state. Deers.
Really? I told you that's what
It was in
Wisconsin did.
Wisconsin last year. Yeah.
Wisconsin's so boring. You're just repeating their news.
All of a
These
sudden, these deers that they're getting hunted and stuff and shot at by hunters up there in Wisconsin, they're trashing the bars up.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was only the largest mass of meat because I never moved to Wisconsin.
I recommend you don't. It's horrible there. Well, right on October.
Just be careful that to crash into any restaurant windows. You should be fine.
I don't have a punchline for this, but I wanted to read it out loud in this room. On October 31st, an Iranian man, for some strange reason that doesn't make sense once you hear it, stacked 4 watermelons to break a world record for the most watermelons balanced and stacked on top of each other.
4 watermelons.
That was
Primal,
a black joke.
Take her away.
That was a black joke. Y'all look at me like
I don't have a
That's a
punchline.
chicken joke.
Yep. Yo, people think I
don't have a
use
punchline. I'm just-
chicken flavored toothpaste.
I just read the card, dude.
No, they think I use
Flavored toothpaste.
chicken flavored toothpaste. They think
Fried
I use
chicken, not grilled.
fried chicken, not grilled.
Be
They
more
know
specific.
I'm going lard. They look like I just swallowed lard. I eat mayonnaise out of a jar.
With baking
You know
soda,
what I mean?
whitening
Like,
power.
yeah, like
Their
everything.
whitening power isn't working.
they believe everything I do has watermelons, like everything like that.
Hey, give me that card back.
I could have finished it for you.
I know. Okay, you got a punchline for it? He stacked 4 watermelons on top of each other and balanced them. That's it.
He threw them up.
It's a world record. Do you think you can
Yep.
beat that record?
Yeah, he threw them up black people. He was feeding what he thought was the homeless in the ghetto. So he just slinging watermelons at black people.
I
That's
was
the
wondering how an Iranian man could balance all those, but how could he balance his life in Iran? All right, anyway, I didn't want to tell that one. Manny, one more
Okay,
news
one
story,
more.
then we'll
So-
get to our segments, and then we'll get back to the news later.
I almost said prostitutes, but prosecutors, and where I know where my mind is, man. Hanging out, smelling this liquor, hanging out with him. I'm sorry, I'm getting there, man. Yeah, I feel a misdemeanor coming soon. Prosecutors in Berlin have closed their investigation into the collapse of a huge aquarium last December. It's a huge, you remember that? They collapsed in Berlin? Yeah. As the case remains unclear. So they closed the investigation. They haven't solved anything yet. But one theory that is still gaining traction is that it was caused by a giant whale that was seen in the aquarium. However, when authorities questioned the whale, Lizzo said that she wasn't in Berlin at all that time. So she said she wasn't in Berlin. And, I think it's proof that she was on stage.
Yo, something still smells fishy to me there. That's for Manny, though. This one's for Manny.
Hey.
All right, Scott, I wanted to tell you this one before you take over your segment. Man on us street, Scott Patrick, could be on any street in the world. We'll find out in a second. But guess what? A Florida man, surprised, I thought it was you, bud, but a Florida man makes his truck a near replica of a Border Patrol truck and got a citation and had to remove it. The lettering was a little different, though, and I saw the picture of the truck. It's really funny. It says the truck read, Booty Patrol instead of Border Patrol. But yeah, and he was cited and he was fined for the likeness and impersonation of a law enforcement vehicle. Border Patrol, Booty Patrol. If you're into Mexican chicks like me, it's the same thing. All right, Scott Patrick, what street are you on today? Man on the street. Clap, clap.
Hesitantly.
No, it's I don't have it.
Along.
There's no more words to that. Go ahead, Scott. You got the mic.
I'm actually on Bugger Bottom Road.
What?
Where you at?
Yes, it's a Bugger Bottom Road. It's in Stop Choppy, Florida.
Shop Stop in Florida.
Yeah, which I went to Stop Choppy, Florida because I tried to find an AA meeting and it sounded fitting.
That's a relapse meeting.
But the reason I went to an AA meeting is because today's the Day of the Dead. And, one of my coworkers told me that your ancestors come back to visit you. So I went to an AA meeting because I know my family would never be caught dead there.
Because you're Irish.
Did they all believe that? Because I have some ancestors that I would hate to see again. I mean, once they're gone, I would hate for them to come crawling back into my bedroom, as it goes.
What else is new up there, bud?
What was that?
What else you got for us? What else is news for us out on the streets, standing for street news?
Well, I was just trying to get some investors because I want to start up a company that makes indica.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and indica is nice, but I was thinking about calling it Indica Boost. It's a real breath taker.
Well, luckily for you,
You could ship
It's
them
got
on
such
trains.
a good feel that you'll let your friends hit it.
oh my God. Luckily for you, we have Bobby Yee here, so there's a chance that you might be able to get an investor
You're
today.
talking about Booth and Thieves? Are you talking about Booth
Just
and
think
Thieves?
of the rings you could blow.
I better do this.
Hey, give that
Mom doesn't want to blow it after my mouth's been on it.
Not the first time you said that to Robin.
Hold your horses, everyone. All right, Scott, what else you got for us, bud?
So I got some news if you want to hear some news.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. So Australian police, they charged a woman with 3 murders and an alleged mushroom poisoning. Right? And it just proves that even if you take the guns away from people, you'll still find a way to bust a cap in somebody.
Nice, man. You're one of the best writers I ever heard in my
Give
life.
that thing a whistle.
All right, man. What else is on the streets?
All right. So, I got some Hollywood street news. You want to hear that?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, for Halloween, Charlie Sheen was a sea turtle. Like I don't know how much he dressed like one, but he definitely had a straw stuck in his nose and a bag in his face.
Oh, that's good.
That's hilarious. Charlie, I just can't stop picturing Charlie Sheen in a turtle outfit now, turtle suit now, or doing or freebasing. Either or.
You're picturing him naked.
All right, Scott, you got some more for us, or?
Yeah. So in Ontario, man has grown an 8.5-foot zucchini.
Uh-huh.
It's maybe the longest on record.
Well, they
And
didn't
my
measure
guess
mine
is
yet, like I said, but still pending. But go ahead,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying it may be the longest on record, but my guess is it's also going to be recorded on OnlyFans.
The record for most swipes. To the right.
You need a subscription to wrap up that joke.
Do you got some more before we move on to our next segment?
I got one, but it's probably not too.
Well, hang on to it. You got weather too, and you got some laughs from the past when we get to that.
I got flash from the past and weather.
All right, hang in there with us then. So now we're going to move on, and thank you so much. That was an amazing set. Everyone give it up for him real quick, please. I love Scott like a brother.
Scott.
He's one of my best friends in my life. For now, we're moving on to another good friend that I met recently. He does stand for Black News. Primal, please go ahead and tell us what's going on in Black News.
Well, today in Jacksonville.
Oh shoot! Wait a minute. Dang.
Yeah.
Deep old voice.
Oh, yeah,
Nice radio voice.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You find me attractive right now. I can see.
What's going on in the whole town.
Yeah, you see, you picture me with my shirt off.
A couple more sips of that.
Yeah. Yeah, but today in Jacksonville, there was
R. Kelly up here next coming up with.
oh, there's no R. Kelly for me. They had a cop shoot 2 black youths that was shooting at him.
You say youths?
Youths. I said it that way purposely.
Like that movie?
Yeah, youths.
Yeah, go ahead. Just asking.
He shot him to death. But come to find out, the cop was sleeping with one of the kids' moms.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
That's
real true
good
story.
news, dude. Standing up for it, man.
Yeah.
So which one was black?
All of them.
Okay.
And,
right.
And then they
It's 100% Black News.
100% Black
I'm
News,
getting
bro.
into it,
But it's not being reported, and everybody, because they
Well,
just
it
said
is
it's
now.
not an important situation because it's just what they do on a regular basis. So I was
What do you mean
blacks killing blacks. I touch myself, I get charged with black on black crime. That's why I keep my hands off myself. I got to get a restraining order against myself. I can't even,
Like a sexual crime? Or something?
listen, I can't even wash. I gotta hire someone to wash me.
You're really putting stuff in the reparations.
Reparations reparations.
Yep, I do have some reparations in my 40 acre and a mule.
Yeah,
So
Stephanie's over here. That's who you're referring to. Stephanie's wife is 40 acres and a mule. You're talking about
I'm collecting
She's
for
got
everyone.
like Malcolm X glasses. I like him. Is that like to help relate to you better? You know?
Yeah, I'm collecting for everyone, and she knows I'm going 40 acres.
Me and Manny wanted to ask you, are you like a conservative black guy, but kind of still pulling his black card whenever he wants?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I do it too.
Not at all.
I want, you know?
Not at all. Not at all.
Sure, I'll go under this bus with you.
Listen,
I had to invite him into the conversation.
Listen, I literally.
So that when you swing, it hits me first.
Yeah.
He'll take the impact down a little more. You were in the army. You better,
They call me the black redneck, so I don't, you know. They really do.
the red black.
Yeah. they literally. I'm out in the woods.
Do you sing country?
I listen to it, and I can sing some country right now.
No,
You want to
I
hear some?
gotta say, I want to admit something to you, Primal. That I didn't tell you before, but I want to tell you about the time that I was, I kind of wound up in 20% blackface. So let me tell you the story. It's real messed up, you guys. You want to hear it, Robin? Okay, well,
I'm in blackface every day.
I was in 20% blackface because once I was arguing with Pam, and for once she punched me in the eye. And I got a black eye. I'm like, hey, that's not cool. You gave me a black eye. That's 10% blackface. And then she punched me in my other eye.
Did your credit score go down 20%?
See, that's a math joke. That is not a black joke.
I literally called myself. I forgot my house key one day or the code. I had to call the cops for breaking into my own house on myself. There's a black guy right here breaking on my. Somebody looking suspicious, and I didn't know it was me. Yeah, man. But that's stand up for black news.
Nice.
You know, punch a black dude in the stomach when you see him. See what you get.
Dude, I would have killed to be stuck in your head for like an hour.
I gotta say, it's very refreshing.
So
Normally,
crazy,
we see a news reporter reporting the news, like reporting on criminals. This is the first time I've seen a criminal trying to report the news. You know, I think I like this.
Very, very true, but racist.
I want to tell one story while Russell's here. Hey, Russell Mania, he's got to show up next. Here, I want to tell you this news story, Russell, you guys. A bear was caught on video trick-or-treating for himself and stealing all the candy in a neighborhood from the baskets out on the porch. And several porches that got caught on their little camera out front. It was right here in Florida, you guys. Yeah. Dang it, Russell, it says take only one. That's stand up for gay news. I don't blame you, though.
There's a lot more tricking than there was treating that night, I think. You know?
You want to come in here for a minute?
Come on.
If you want, you know, you can stand.
Well, we only have 10 minutes. I don't think you can get here in time.
I mean, if you need, take your time.
That's my guy.
All right. A pig named Kevin Bacon returns home after 17 days out on the wild, out on the lamb. I get it. A pig named Kevin Bacon, his name was Kevin Bacon, returns home after 17 days on the loose in Pennsylvania. He escaped on foot. Loose from the farm because they wouldn't let him dance at the local high school prom. I met a cop named coincidentally met a cop named Kevin once.
Coincidentally, I wonder what those circumstances were.
We called him Kevin Bacon because he was a cop.
All right.
And I'm gonna
I don't like making like pig cop jokes, but I did see a little kid, like the young kid dressed as a cop, and I couldn't help but think Piglet. But I didn't know. I would never say that out loud or in front of people or on the radio or anything like that. You know, it was just a.
Now we're on to the weather. I am your weatherman, Mac James, and I'm not sure whether the chicken came first or the egg. I'm pretty sure it was the chicken though, because the egg was like still in its shell. It was too young to come first. I mean, so the chicken probably came first. You know, you've heard it all before. Who came first, the chicken or the egg? Now we know. I'm going to do one more weather, and I'm going to give the weather to Mom. I'm not sure whether a leprechaun in prison is a term for one of the inmates that has way too much unprotected jail sex, and then his wiener falls off. A leprechaun. Get it?
Okay.
Been there, done that.
Detachable penis.
Right.
Okay.
Mom, weather.
I have weather news. It's just going to take 3 sentences to get me there.
All right, we got 10 minutes left in our
A
show.
team of forensic scientists have discovered that every cat has a unique DNA mutation detectable in their hair. This is helping link criminals at crime scenes to homes that have cats. So now pet owners have to decide whether to get a dog to protect them immediately or to get a cat that will eventually lead to their murderer's prosecution.
No one interrupted at all. This was fantastic.
We know she's the cat lady among us. So I know what she's voting for.
I just met Russell, and this is not the first time a black man had to give up his seat. Tell white man.
I saw that. I was going to mention something. You got right
To
up
be
front.
fair, my dad was black.
Go sit in the back, Primo. Scott Patrick, you got any weather for us, Scott?
Yeah, I wonder whether anybody buys sneakers for actual sneaking.
Prime.
You never see anybody putting on Nikes and tiptoeing around the shoe store and like checking the sneakers.
Let's do Nike tiptoe.
I'm going to do that now. Dude, that's funny. You got any weather, Bobby G?
Well, people are wondering whether or not Kamala Harris is the first woman to hold a high-ranking position in government. I think they forgot that Monica Lewinsky was right under Bill Clinton.
Haven't you got enough? Yeah, Bill.
Guys, for my little weather
What you got
segment
for
of the
weather?
day, I'm wondering whether or not Bobby G is ever going to come back on the show after today. So.
Well, his wife isn't, and we figured that out thanks to Matt.
What you said Russell just came out. Was it your closet?
That was the walk-in, and he's not doing any walking.
The one Mike was talking to.
Oh, no, I came out years ago. I invented the term coming out.
Oh, my God.
Coming out of the Stone Age.
Or maybe coming on.
Oh, man. I'm not sure whether a polygraph is a visual chart that measures parrots what they say the most. Like, is it Polly wants a cracker? Or in the chart, is it like probably in second place is pretty bird? Or is it just kidding, that's a lie. That's the polygraph lie.
The lie detector says? I don't want to invoke PTSD in Prime. Let me not go. That is not your child. How's the DNA test? I'm sorry.
Hey, for more weather, I'm not sure whether the term deadline refers to the last rail someone does and snorts before the fentanyl kicks in. Is that the deadline? We'll find. Primal will find out later.
Manny, is your ringtone the Harlem Globetrotters?
No. It's actually WAP by Cardi B.
Whimsical.
It was a Kill Bill thing.
Yeah, that's racist.
Weird punchline.
I've been to Harlem. I've never seen a Globetrotter.
Here's one for you. I'm not sure whether Fabergé is French for gay egg.
It is, trust me.
That's good.
It's just a gay egg.
You go, hey, Louis, go in the kitchen and make me some Fabergé eggs. Hey, son of a gun.
Russell certainly knows what came first.
What's up, Louis?
The Fabergé came
The Fabergé egg. All right. Well, let's talk about laughs from the past, stories about things that are funny that happened in the past. Today in 1795, James A. Koch was born, the president. Yeah, he actually changed his name because his original name was James K. Pollock. Did you guys know that? It's true, yeah, but due to the stereotypes about Polish immigrants at the time, he changed it. Yeah. Even dumber than a Pollock would actually do. Someone who thinks just changing your name doesn't make you Polish anymore. I would know I'm dumber than him because I'm a Pollock. Either that or he just spells it wrong and he's just a dumb Pollock.
How many James K. Polks does it need to change a light bulb? I don't know.
How many?
I like the blunder too.
I heard he was gay. He put the poke in the egg, or not? Not the yolk. Sorry. Okay, Mom.
Okay.
What else we got for history?
November 1st, 1512, Michelangelo's painting of the Sistine Chapel was shown for the first time in public. Afterwards, he celebrated by eating pizza with his brothers Raphael, Donatello, and Leonardo.
Donatello makes some good pizza, though.
Which one of those turtles were gay? What do you think, Russell?
Raphael.
That's my favorite turtle.
Oh, no, he was not Ralph. I get it. Rebellious, hard exterior, doesn't want to be too vulnerable. It makes sense,
He's got that hard exterior shell.
All right, today in history, David Schwimmer, the actor, was born. You guys don't know who that is. That's the Friends member that you all wish died. I just came up with that on the spot there.
Beautiful material. How about Bobby G? Do you have any laughs from the past history jokes that you brought?
I do not.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay. Well, then, let me tell you
about your birth.
I got one.
Oh, sorry. Scott Patrick. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This day in 1936, the BBC officially launched its first television channel. And in 2007, Pornhub launched its own BBC channel.
I knew it was coming. As soon as you said BBC, I laughed.
Nice.
Watch my show often.
You got any more history stuff, Scott?
No, that's it.
All right. Can I move on to something else real quick? We do a recap on some of our stories. The story about the lady who was giving birth in Georgia, who the doctor accidentally decapitated the baby. They finally decided that after the autopsy, the baby was in two pieces. Clearly, it was the hospital's fault. Well, what they did was horrible. They put the baby's head on it, swaddled it up in a blanket, put it in the maternity ward with all the other babies, and the whole family's looking at, oh, she's so cute. Anyway, I'm just really. What's the worst part about this, Bobby G, is that baby's never going to grow up to experience the joy of singing head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So I wrote a song just for that little baby to sing up in baby heaven. You guys want to hear it, Deanna?
Yes.
It goes like this. You could probably sing along too. Shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes. Shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. With our 3 minutes left in the show, we covered everything but plugs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's up.
You sparked right up.
You like that? Okay, good.
Area expertise.
Well, you can find us at Birdie's next week on Wednesday. It's going to be amazing. Is it Bash or T. Davis will be featuring? But it's at 7:30. Birdie's and Belcher right there in Largo. Come on by. And then what's Mom doing next? You got a thing with Ed Sheds.
Yeah, tomorrow on Ybor City, I'm going to be a part of my group Ed Shed. We won Best of the Bay Experimental Act, and we also won Most Fringe. We are going to be in Ybor City. Show starts at 7:30, and it's wacky. Manny's seen it before. If you like puppets, and then
if you like puppets, don't go. If you like puppets, then it's all. This is a show for you. If you like golf,
I was trying to say something clever, and I just got stuck right up front. And then we're also going to have the next Saturday after that our Stand Up for News big show. We're going to have
November 11th.
2019
Best of the Bay Winner. He's going to headline at Twisted Tiki St. Pete Beach free show. Check it out. 2 drink or purchase minimum. One more. A Georgia man grows 186 pounds sweet potato. That's huge. World record, I guess, yesterday. Yeah, that was my nickname in college. Okay. So, Bobby G, where are you at next? We got a minute and a half.
Friday, November the 10th, I'm opening
plugs.
up for the Boca Raton Comedy Festival. So
Sweet.
Then I'll be in Fort Myers, and I don't even know the name of the club. But tell you how good I am. No, it's not back door. No, I'm going in the front door.
All right.
21st, I'm in Comedy Cabana.
Check out Manny's podcast, The High Grounds, and Inside Manny.
The High Ground Studios. You can't say that. The letter U can't say that. You can find us on all streaming platforms, on YouTube, and all that good stuff.
All right, everybody, sing along. Stand up for news. Stand up for news. Too. I said sing along. You can stand up too. Don't sit down. Stand up now.
Stand up now.
Stand up for news.
Stand up.
Stand up for news. Great show. See you next week, 7 o'clock.